Submitted for your approval, dear viewer. One Jordan Henderson, an incorrigible permanent fanatic of early 2000s pseudo-rock. A man with one impossible goal, to drop yet another half-baked, forgettable jukebox musical on top of that already overstuffed pile of them, and do so with the financial backing of anyone he can find that'd be willing to toss a few pennies his way. However, pipe dreams, even silly ones such as this one, don't often find themselves coming true on Kickstarter nightmares. Bleed American, the musical. An original musical with all the music coming from the discography of Jimmy Eat World. Well then, Mr. Henderson, then your musical is not original, is it? This is what is called a jukebox musical, where they use the already established tunes instead of, as you say, writing original music for them. Jukebox musicals are, in my opinion, the lowest form of musical, as they don't go through the actual effort of writing songs for them, which are supposed to be the main attraction of a musical. The main draw, if you will. What's the point of a musical if you're just gonna slap pop music onto it? At that point, you might as well just, write a play. Unless your writing is so terrible that you need to... You know what? I may be getting ahead of myself. Let's hear from the man himself.
In order to make the Bleed American musical come together, we've decided to go with a Kickstarter. One of the main reasons for this is that...
Oh, let me guess. You don't personally have the funds to make this happen.
I don't personally have the funds to be able to make this happen. I wish
That's what
I did.
I thought.
That would definitely be one way for me to go here. But because I don't have that, I have to find a way to get that kind of funding. And I thought Kickstarter was going to be the best option here. We are looking for a considerable amount. You might have noticed on the Kickstarter, it's about $40,000 we are looking for, and that may sound like a lot, and it is a lot.
I never thought I'd say this, but you're asking for both too much money and too little money at the same time. Let me explain. Even for your grungiest, off-Broadway stinkhole joint in the rattiest place in Seattle, you're already looking at between $90 and $500 per hour. On average, a musical takes at least a good hour and a half to put on, plus 50 minutes of intermission, people getting there, etc., etc. And you're going to have to pay Jimmy Eats World for the rights to their music. And I'm not even going to attempt to put a dollar sign value on that, but I'm guessing a lot more than 40 grand. And you're going to have to buy set pieces, build a set, get people to run the backstage, get people to usher, the actors themselves. This is already a nightmarishly costly venture as it is, and you're asking for not enough money to cover all of that. And yet, because it's a jukebox musical, because this looks like such a ridiculous pipe dream, and because I've already seen a clip of your actors reading a piece of your script, I can say with all confidence that you are asking for too much. 40 grand is a ridiculous ask, no matter how you slice it.
You might be thinking, why do you need $40,000 to put on your silly little play, buddy?
I love that he's already treating all future potential donators as though they're going to judge his product, A, as though they don't have the right to decide where their money goes, B, as though he himself doesn't already believe he's asking for too much, which he's already stated, and C, as though he's already speaking for his potential donators instead of letting their donations speak for themselves. Putting that little sign there alienates most of your potential donations, Jordan.
And I don't blame you for thinking that.
Yes, you do. That's why you put that little text in the corner.
But musicals are inherently very expensive. One of the main things that we need is space. Getting a theater space that is big enough to have moving sets.
Now, when you say moving sets, I hope you're not planning something really costly like a multifaceted set on wheels that the actors have to wheel into place to set up the next scene. Those are expensive as hell.
To have a fairly decent size ensemble on the stage, plus be able to handle a 4-piece, 5-piece band there, because I do want to do this with a live band.
Band? Did you say live band? If you're already thinking of hiring sound-alikes to play Jimmy Eat World music, why not just hire the real thing? You seem to think 40 grand can cut it after all? Hey, you there watching this video. Let me toss a hypothetical your way. Would you rather pay this guy $100 to put on a Jimmy Eat World sound-alike concert, or pay about the same to go actually see Jimmy Eat World? Never mind, I looked it up. You can actually pay less than that.
And then, of course, we have to secure the sync licenses for all of the songs we're using so that we have the correct permission to be able to play those songs live for everybody. And then, of course, people got to put in the work.
Indeed, I'm not entirely certain you've put in the work to really calculate how absolutely untenable your project really is. It's almost like it's a bad idea for a guy just starting his musical theater writing journey to expect to have to be carried by the music of a well-known band for his first project.
And I do want this project to be able to pay people for the work that they're doing.
How on earth do you expect to accomplish that? First of all, you went with musical theater, which has seen a rather noticeable decline in attendance since COVID. Not to mention an art form that requires people to actually be able to see it in person, something only Seattle residents will realistically be able to do. Now cut out just fans of Jimmy Eat World out of that limited slice of pie. Now out of that pie, cut out the ones who would rather see a Jimmy Eat World sound-alike than the real thing. Now cut out family and friends of cast and crew. And my point is, you ain't gonna sell many tickets. Your venue is doomed to have a very, very limited audience. And we haven't even gotten to the actual content of your script.
I do want some innovative choreography for this as well. So I want to be able to pay somebody who can put their time and effort into that.
That's going to cost
plus
a lot
for
of
set
money.
design, costume design. I think we're going to have some really fun.
You know, he's saying a lot of nothing here. I'm just going to fast forward this a little bit.
So we've got a few different options. We've got quite a few different tiers for donating.
Let me stop you right there. This is my favorite part of Kickstarter Nightmares, the part where I list off what you give us in exchange for our hard-earned money. For $1 to $24, you get the Hobo Classic, the good old thank you bye-bye treatment, or as Jordan here likes to put it so enthusiastically,
kind of like the thank you tier, the $1 to $24 tier, which is just you wanting to help out in any way that you can. And
boy, you can really hear the gratitude in his voice, can't you, folks? $25 gets you a digital copy of the musical and a copy of the playbill. Well, sure. Most people browsing Kickstarter won't be in Seattle, so at least you get to read the program and watch the show, right? But for just $14.99, you can make the same mistake I made last month and buy Dix the Musical on Amazon. I'll never be able to get my $15 back, and misery loves company. For $50, you get the playbill, the digital copy, and a t-shirt. I'd like to remind you that, as you've seen previously, $60 gets you nosebleed seats at an actual Jimmy Eat World concert, so there's that. $100 gets you the digital copy, the playbill, the shirt, and 2 tickets to the musical. So he's planning to price his tickets at a minimum of $25? Oh, and if you can't attend, he'll give you another t-shirt? What other merch does he expect to have? Pogs? Damn, from $100 we go straight to $1,000. $1,000, same stuff from the $100 level, but now you get a sneak peek at the list of songs. I'll save you the money. Look in the back of a Jimmy Eat World CD, and you'll know what songs he's going to put in there. You also get a signed playbill and some thank yous and digital copies of the songs. Again, you can just buy Jimmy Eat World music online for much less. And we arrive at the $10,000 level. Same stuff as before, only now you get the label Founder, which comes with its own special package of special treats. You can get a signed copy of the entire musical and backstage passes, or, hear me out, you can drop $1,500 instead on backstage passes for actual Jimmy Eat World. Now let me think about this. $1,500 to meet the band itself, or $10,000 to meet the band's biggest fanboy. Tough choice, right?
And really, everybody makes this happen. So every amount is really very helpful, and that's why the digital copy is so important to me, because like there could be a good amount of you that are like me that don't really have a lot of money.
Yeah, which is why you'd likely rather spend your money on this and not on this.
Attention, listeners of Clarity Radio. Today at the radio station, we were attacked by insurgents.
Attacked? Insurgents? I prefer philosophical dissenter.
Thanks to the brave work of the cautioners, the violent mob was beat back. If you have any information on who took part in the riot, please contact the station or your local cautioner office as soon as possible.
Don't you miss the radio days when you had multiple stations and all you had to hear was bad music?
I can't believe they're calling it a riot. It was a demonstration. There was no violence.
You
know how they operate.
So horrific,
They'll
ain't
spend
it?
anything they can to make people afraid.
Yep,
They've
all
done it
his
since before the
characters,
world
they
went
all
to
sound
shit.
alike. Where's the conflict supposed
how
to
it
be?
went to shit, actually.
You know, I think Jersey Boys was the last jukebox
keep
musical to
saying
win a
whatever they
Tony
want.
in 2005.
Classic
Prior to
American
that,
songs.
it would have
Do
been
our work,
Crazy
and they
for
call
You,
it
1992, and that was a musical that
Oh,
featured
that's
the
true. I
music
have
of
heard
George
them call it that.
Gershwin, for Christ's
I'm
sakes.
tired of always being put
Just
down.
saying, if American Idiot couldn't get a Tony, then what hope does Jimmy Eat World musical
I
written by
agree.
Nobody McNothingburger
Oh,
supposed to
cool,
win?
another person. That rarely happens.
Till next time, dear viewer, thanks for joining me for Kickstarter Nightmares. If you want to see more, tell your friends, spread the word. Some ancient YouTuber came back and we gotta give him incentive to make him want to make more. Tell your friends, damn it! I know you don't have
I
friends,
do
but tell
usually
someone, will you?
violently dissent. It's the
Leave
only
a
place
comment
I
and
live
subscribe.
here.
Holy shit, are they still going?
Get listened to.
Okay, see you later, guys.